Hello flight simmers, welcome back and greetings from LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. Here we are for the first time on the channel at this beautiful, huge airfield. It is very exciting to finally use it and show it on the channel. I have to admit I don't fly in and out of Los Angeles a lot, but it's always exciting being here in LAX, one of the busiest airfields in the world, I believe, for sure. And also we have a new aircraft, which is the Kuro 787-8 mod for the Asobo Dreamliner, which looks fantastic. And also from what I've heard and what I've seen on other channels, this is supposedly quite good and quite advanced in many ways. So I am super curious to take this Dreamliner on a flight down to Mexico, which will be around 3 hours. And actually this is take number 2 for me on this departure. I did the full flight before, but then I noticed that OBS crashed sometime after pushback, so this is actually second time for me doing this flight or starting this flight. But yeah, we will take it together from here, and we are flying offline. We have some beautiful AI traffic in here as well, some heavy loading along the international terminal here. Very, very cool stuff. It's a little bit dizzy, but yeah, fairly nice weather. That's all looking good to me. Right, so I would say let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. So, and here we are in the flight deck. I hope that FPAs remain okay. It's a little bit heavy at this airport with the AI traffic, but for now it should be fine. And I thought, since it's the first time for us flying this aircraft, we will take it from cold and dark and fire it up together. So let's do that right now. Electric power is coming on. Then we have a bunch of external powers available, which we will all switch on like that. IRSs come on, so they can get aligned. You can put the forward door power, I think it is, to on. Window heat not needed yet. Let's move down here. Nav lights are coming on. Seat belts not yet. And then let's do the circulation fans. And so the overhead panel is looking good. Also, let's have a look at the routing for today. I think that's always quite interesting to look what we're in for. So departing LAX on, I believe it's, let's check the airport map, 2 for left. Yeah, we are up here on the international terminal, so 2 for left for departure today. Then we fly the Panda departure. We have a bunch of altitude constraints. Will be interesting to see if the aircraft handles those correctly. And then after NA, I've also on the radar, I've seen some planes getting direct to Hank, what it looks like, so maybe we can take a bit of a shortcut here and then proceed on the departure. And for the routing, so we climb over the sea, and very soon cross into Mexico, of course, along the Sea of Cortez, I believe it is, and then landing into Mexico, of course, with the high altitude. I think the airfield is 7,000 something feet, 7,300 or so. So that's quite interesting performance-wise. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. And now there's a few things we need to do. Number one is load up the aircraft. The EFB is not implemented yet. So that's not working. This means we have to load up using the weight and balance feature. So let's see. We have a block fuel of 22.2 tons. It's of course not a lot for Dreamliner. 22.3, that's good enough. And then we have a zero fuel of 148.4. And this translate to a takeoff weight of 170, pretty much spot on. So 1705. Yeah, so fairly light departure on this flight to Mexico today. Okay, we have the GENX engines, so the GE engines. on the Kuro Mod. There's actually both of them. They've also implemented the Rolls-Royce engines, which is very cool as well. But yeah, today we have the GEs. I think POS in it. That's aligning. So we can take the GPS position. I think it gets this data from the flight sim setup, so from the default menu. But I believe I need to put in the route manually. So I will quickly do that and then report back to you. Alrighty, that's it for the routing. Zero fuel weight we can pull straight from the aircraft, 148.2. And that seems good to me. Reserve's gonna be 5.7. Oh, come on, sometimes they're a bit hard to hit. And then we climb up for 10 straight away. Of course, we are super light. We have a cost index of 80. And that should be it. Now we can't do any proper takeoff calculations, however, since it's a long runway, we are very light. We just go full D-rate pretty much. So takeoff 2, and then let's go select temperature 55. 50 seems to be the max. Okay, 80% N1. That's very, very low, but still, I'm quite sure it will be enough to get us off the ground. Flaps 5. Center of gravity 18, and then we have speeds. No, actually, let's do the wind. Let's check the weather. Let's do it a little bit more accurate. Winds 250 at 5. 250 at 5. 5 knots headwind. It is dry, and we have an outside air temperature of 19. Like that. 2999 is the QNH. That is set. Okay. Right, now we have everything, so that's 135, 140, 150, and this is going in here. $150, then the initial heading on this departure is 251. It always needs a bit of scrolling. $251. Now let's quickly find up the APU. And then for cruise, yeah, we can go all the way up to cruise flying offline. So that's fine. Flight directors, auto thrust, LNAV, VNAV. Just coming back to the legs page. Okay, so we have the constraints in here. It's going to be very interesting to see if the aircraft is able to handle those. But I think it will be. Let's see. Right, now APU's firing up, and I believe we can get ready pretty much. Fuel pumps, let's do seat belts. We have also probably first the right hydraulics, kind of messed that up. Beacon lights, packs. And I think the APU is running. Let's check the outside. I believe we can ask for pushback as well. Okay, very good. And then we can run some checklists. Parking brake is set. Fuel control switches are cut off. Pre-flight check is completed. Before start checklist, pressure signs are on. MCP is set. V2 150, heading 251. Altitude 410. Takeoff speeds are inserted as well. CD pre-flight is completed. Trim. Let's check the trim. Flight control. Okay, it needs to be 5.5, so I need to trim down. There we are, 5.5. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Yeah, taxi is quite simple today. I can show you in a second. And beacon is on. Okay, that's good. Now I'm just noticing the only thing I did not enter is any kind of cruise winds, but I'm not sure if we can even. If we can put it anywhere in here. Tail goes to the left. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's an option to put in the cruise winds. Wind request is not working. I guess we can kind of do it manually when we find the first waypoint at cruise level, which will be Liduk. And then for Liduk, we enter winds 410, and then we have an average wind of 67 at 12. So I could technically do it manually for all waypoints, however that would be absolutely crazy. So we'll just do it like that.
Release parking brakes, please.
Data, and now it should. Okay, I thought it would copy all these winds along all the waypoints, but it does not seem to happen. Okay, anyhow, let's not waste any more time on that. We are good to go. Parking brake is off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
And we are moving. I think the quality of this airport is quite nice. I really need to make sure to fly into Los Angeles a bit more often. Okay, I believe, if I'm not entirely wrong, on the Dreamliner we can start both engines at the same time, since we don't really have an air bleed system on this aircraft. So just for the sake of it, I would say let's do that, starting both engines. Alright, I believe we have 2 engine starts. That's good stuff. So we will kill the APU. Anti-ice, those are coming to auto. Then we do the auto brake RTO. We have a flap 5 departure. Trim is set already. I forgot the transponder. Let's go TA only 1000.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
And then we will do a flight control check.
Left
Full
is
up.
clear. Right is clear.
Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And rudder. Full right. Full left. Neutral. Okay, let's see, did I miss anything? I don't think so. Before taxi checklist, anti-ice is auto recall. Recall, okay. Recall is checked. High cabin altitude mode. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what this is about. This is kind of new to me. Auto brake RTO, flight controls checked, current equipment should be clear in a second. Oh, come on. And APU is off. Before takeoff checklist, flaps position 5, that's checked. So we can take this back to the CDU, and then we will go like that. And I wonder if we even have an airport map. Aha, sort of. I think it's more like a airport, I don't know, satellite image, kind of, something, I don't know. But still, it can be a little bit helpful. We will taxi out straight, and then on the outer one, which is, oh, I don't know, which is Echo, and then to runway 24 left. That's the plan. I wonder if we go airports. That makes no difference. Okay. Right, let's move. Let's go. Taxi lights. Parking brake. Vámonos. Okay, coming up to runway 24 left, transponder TARA. And one thing that does stick out is that this aircraft taxis very slowly, or maybe to put it in better words, it needs a lot of engine power to taxi. While I remember the quality wings Dreamliner P3D basically taxi it on idle power, which seems a little bit more realistic for the Dreamliner, I would assume. But I think this is something about the friction model in Microsoft Flight Sim which makes it so hard to roll. Yeah, and I think over there that's the famous In-N-Out burger, right? Also modeled by iniBuilds. Very, very cool stuff. See, now I need a lot of power just to get around this corner. All right, all the checklists are completed, I would say. Let's do it. Let's get down to Mexico. Power's coming up. Takeoff. Okay, power set. Yeah, only 80% and 1, so we can't really hear these engines roaring, but still it sounds quite nice. I like the engine sound. Yeah, so wind is straight on the nose, that's not an issue. So that's V1. And rotate. Slow rotation, airborne, gears coming up. Oh, nice. This is very cool stuff. Okay. I think that's just gonna be an easy departure here. I don't have any wing view set up yet, that's a bit unfortunate. Maybe have a quick look outside. Yeah, looking very nice. Departing Los Angeles. Okay, let's go autopilot. Kind of missed that first turn. Okay, auto brake is off. Let's do taxi and takeoff lights. Flaps 1. Okay, so for this waypoint it's, I think it was 5,000 or below, which we are. And flaps up. Okay, it's wiggling a little bit around here on LNAV, but I think it's okay. And now we can try the direct just for the sake of it. Direct Heinck. Let's see how the aircraft handles it. Okay, the line looks good. Turning left. Yeah, this is only on medium settings today, guys, because of a big scenery at LAX. I want to play it safe, so the clouds don't look quite perfect. Okay, let's run the after takeoff checklist. Landing gears up, flaps up, after takeoff check is completed. And I would say that we are climbing on our way towards Mexico City. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this first departure in the 787-8, and I will meet you over in Mexico. Enjoy! So, hello folks, we are back, about to descend through 17,000 feet, which seems to be high, but of course we need to remember that the airport elevation is quite high as well. It is roughly at 7,300 feet, so we are just around about 10,000 feet above ground elevation at this point. And yeah, I have to say, this aircraft flies very, very nice. Also LNAV, VNAV, everything seems to be working very good. The only tiny little bit which I dislike at this moment is probably regarding the flight mode. When you are on the descent pitching down, the aircraft pitches down a lot, like 5-7 degree down, just to stay on the normal profile, and this seems to be a little bit much. At least it was not that intense on the quality wings at Dreamliner for comparison. But that's really the only little bit I could find. Everything else, I don't know, seems to be working very, very good indeed. And so I am looking forward to this landing into Mexico City, hoping it will be a good one. Let's quickly discuss the charts together. So we are coming in from Daran, various constraints along the way. The aircraft pretty much maintained all of those. We came a little bit high at those waypoints, but that was my error. I could have fixed it using some speed brakes, but the aircraft was trying to maintain everything as it should. Now coming into Almas, we have terrain on the right hand side, that's why we are sort of staying on the east side of this terrain. Into Sutas, and then from Sutas there's the transition onto ILS 05 right, where we will be landing. Airport elevation as said 7,300. Decision altitude 7566. It's a 3.1 degree glide slope in there, so yeah, it should be fairly normal ILS. And then we will exit on Golf, most likely Golf. Taxi to terminal number 2, which is where these aircrafts or these flights usually go. And regarding the weather, right now tiny little bit of a tailwind component, but not much. Aircrafts are still using 05 for landing and departing. Visibility is 6 sea miles, so it's definitely okay, but it's not the greatest of all visibilities, and there's clouds as low as 2,000 feet above ground level, and overcast 8,000, 16 degrees, so not exactly the best weather down there, but certainly good enough for our approach. Right, now considering that we are sort of 8,000 feet above ground. Sorry, not even 6,000 a little bit. Let's go ahead and switch on the landing lights. We are on profile 230 knots, which is according to the arrival. Unable to maintain VNAV. Track required. Okay, I don't. Okay, slowing down further. Looks like we have another constraint. 210 knots coming up, indeed. So we're gonna need flap 1 to do that. So let's go flap 1. Now slowing down to 190, which is the constraint for Zutas, and that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I have terrain switched on. Not quite sure why it's not showing on here, considering that we are already below the terrain on our right hand side, which goes as high as, or not quite, but sector altitude is 40,800 to the right. So I guess we're pretty close to the terrain level, which we can't see at the moment. Yeah, auto brake 3, I've decided to go flap 25 landing. That should be very easy. 133 is going to be very slow, so I think 136 should easily do the trick. Yeah, in that case we could even consider auto brake 2, right? Coming in with 141. Okay, let's leave it at auto brake 3 just to play it safe. But I think we will slow down quite nicely. We can also go ahead and arm those, and other than that, we need to run some checklists, of course, completely forgot. Let's do some checklists. Oh, that was after takeoff, that's a long time ago. Descent. Recall is checked, auto brake 3, landing data, BREF 1, what was it now? 136 plus 5, 141, and minimums 7566. Sparrow is set, approach briefing is completed, altimeters are set local 3030, and next up will be the landing checklist. Easy stuff. Wow, this looks so cool. I think there's some rain coming down over there. Almost looks like it. And then sun up to the side. Oh, it's so cool. That's really Microsoft Flight Sim at its best. This is looking spectacular. And yeah, first time for me ever flying into Mexico City. So cool. I'm very much looking forward to one day when we have 777 or maybe 747 from PMDG to take a very heavy airliner on a long-haul flight out of Mexico. I think that's very exciting. Oh, I'm just seeing we need more flaps. Flap 5. And now we should be turning final any second. Are we calling for more drag? But yeah, as you can see VNAV is working pretty good, LNAV as well. This is all really good. Let's go approach. Go around altitude will be climb according to ATC instructions. All right, but I think it's gonna be 11,000 for the go around. Localizers captured. 7 miles to go. Let's go flap 15. And then, since the weather is not exactly brilliant, we can also use the HUD. See how this looks on this aircraft. Okay, we are less than 2,000 feet above ground, so let's drop the gear. Now we're shortly leveling off before capturing the glide. Flap 20. And flap 25. Now I'm just waiting for the glide. There it is. 11,000 feet is set. Let's finish all the lights. Taxi, turn off lights. Landing checklist. Speed brake up. Landing gear down. Flaps 25. That's completed. And yeah, there's the runway straight ahead. Cool. Let's do some flying. Okay, my aircraft, let's see. First time landing the 787-8 mod. But I do expect it handles pretty much the same as the Asobo Dreamliner. Let's see how the auto throttle works during landing, if this works as it should. Continue. A little bit hard, but okay. Reverse green decel. Yeah, feels like I could have been more aggressive on the flare. Okay, but we've made it. Nice. HUD works very nice. Brakes are not the strongest, but here we go. Welcome to Mexico. We need to take a right turn. Let's clean up a little bit. And do the lights, strobes. And now we just need to taxi all the way back. This will take a little bit. And then we can set up for a gate as well. TA only. Okay. Okay, stand 68, there's no marshal, no docking system, no nothing, so I just need to eyeball it a little bit, but I think this should work. Okay, here we are, parking brake. External power already, okay. I doubt that they are that fast. Okay, APU is up and running, fuel pumps, hydraulics. Beacon, seatbelts. Wow, the power down sound of the engine is actually quite nice. That sounds very cool indeed. Okay, and then we can run the shutdown checklist. Hydraulic panel set, fuel pumps off, flaps are up, parking brake is set, fuel control switch is cut off. Let's complete it, and then we can ask for deboarding. And then that's it. Okay guys, and here we are. Welcome once again to Mexico. This is completing our first flight of the 787-8 mod, which is a very cool aircraft. Landing certainly was not ideal. Landing rate of, what was it, 421 feet per minute. That's really smashing it down there. Still within the limits, so we don't need a gear check, but yeah, certainly not a good one. But yeah, at the same time, this is flying me this aircraft for the very first time, so that's, I take this as a tiny bit of an excuse, but next landing in this aircraft certainly should be better than that. And yeah, let me know what you think about it. I think it's a very cool aircraft, and now having the pretty good Dash 10 and now also the Dash 8, I wonder if you guys prefer this one over the Quality Wings Dreamliner over in P3D. I'm curious to know which one you prefer and which one you would rather see on the channel going forward, or maybe even both of them. Yeah, maybe there will also be a Dash 9 mod anytime soon. That would be kind of cool as well. Only thing I'm missing in this aircraft is the EFB, but other than that, it really feels very much complete, and yeah, feels like everything in the cockpit is modeled as it should be, coming close to payware quality in my opinion. But yeah, so that's that, and thank you so much for tuning in everyone, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.